They didn't send it yet?
I wouldn't be surprised if they never did.
Oh, God. Not... You too?
New York 3 got an exclusive look at the graphic dash cam footage.
Haven't received the footage yet?
Let me see your hands! People, let me see your hands! Have someone open it! Someone let me see your hands! No!
Fuck! I think this is a cover-up.
That's what I've been saying.
No, but I have proof. I don't know how, but someone accidentally sent me classified documents. Hello?
You may have just inadvertently received some highly classified information in your inbox. Seen that email?
No.
It will cause all sorts of problems. Problems for you.
Gotta get the fuck out! Where'd you dump the document?
Well, thanks for joining me, guys. You know, to talk about Dashcam, first of all, fantastic. It is so good. You know, I was just riveted. You know, you literally had my heart pumping, which, you know, had my adrenaline going. So, and it reminds me of Talk Radio, Rear Window, Blowout, you know, in the vein of all those films. Excellent suspense, and it just builds and builds. So congratulations on a great thriller.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And Christian, you know, let's set up the story of a video editor who has a dream to be a reporter for a local news channel. A hot story drops in his lap by accident. Dash cam footage of the death of a police officer and a major political figure. Now, and the footage tells a different story. So finding the character of Jake, you know, because he has to carry this entire film. So tell me about finding Eric and casting him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So Eric and I had worked together previously at BuzzFeed, and earlier in the summer 2020, absurdly, he and I had the #1 movie in the U.S. box office when we made a short film, bought out a movie theater when every other theater was closed, and we almost just by happenstance became the #1 movie in the U.S. That movie got us the attention to make Dashcam. We had no intention of putting Eric in the film. Is this him here? Let's see if he's joining. Eric, is that you? Great. Were you in a Walmart?
I'm at a Russian spa right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I'm talking about you. So here we go. So yeah, we actually had no intention of actually having Eric in the film at first. It was Charlie Tahan had been in our short film Unsubscribe, and he was who both of us imagined as Jake. But now watching the film, I can't imagine anybody but Eric playing that role. Eric has this nature about him where you can't not like him, and he's a very likable, warm presence. And it was important in finding our Jake that the audience could feel they could connect with him, and that they could almost see the film through his eyes. And when the film really becomes very suspenseful and the paranoia is dialed to 11, the audience feels like they are Jake, and that was only possible by having an actor that people instantly connect to. So we were really lucky to have Eric involved.
And Larry, tell us about who you play in Dashcam, the catalyst.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm the Attorney General. As you can see, I command a great deal of respect just by simply showing up.
You're a legal eagle, yes.
That's right. I remember one of the jokes was that Christian said, "Do you have a white button-down shirt?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude. That's going to be tough." And I ended up showing up in an Hawaiian shirt that was white, but it had little, pineapples on it or something. Anyway, we decided the character was maybe on a break from his official duties. But the point is I like the structure of the shoot. I mean, of the character and how he plays into the story. I like to think of myself as being a prop. I'm a prop in the movie, because once my footage was established, then they could make the film. So I was the first thing they needed to shoot. And not to go on, but this was during COVID, so the whole thing had a very illicit feel. It felt like we were sneaking off behind the backs of the authorities to make this movie and grab this footage. We shot in Long Island, we shot at night, we all parked in different places in the parking lot, and then we hover together and say, this is what we're gonna do. And there was a real cop, played the cop, and we were all masked and sneaking around. It was really a fun way to make a movie. Everything I like about indie film.
So that black SUV was really the New York Film Commission tracking you guys. It's probably.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Hey, Eric, thanks for joining us, man. Great thriller. I'm so pleased that you're here to join us. So for your character, Jake, you know, you're literally staring at a computer screen almost the entire movie, you know? So tell me about the interaction with that. Was it the director, or where did you find that energy to kind of play off of something that hasn't really happened yet? It's all in post-production.
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced anything like it. The whole movie, I'm just staring at a blue screen the entire time. But it was a couple things. I think, first of all, Christian writing a film about an editor was perfect, because I edit, and that's what I've been doing for so many years. So I understand it to such a degree that everything Christian wrote, I was able to visualize as we were doing the scenes. So instead of memorizing lines, I was memorizing edits. So I was thinking about where my mouse moves, where my eyes would look, what part of the screen I'm working on, and so I was fully visualizing the entire edit as we were doing the scenes. And then working with Christian was great, because we would do takes originally when we were first putting the scene on its feet, where he would read me almost all of the stage directions. So we would do a couple takes where where he was almost guiding me through the edit and through the process. And then towards the end, our final couple takes, we would just do in complete silence, and I would just take my own time to figure out how I would pace that edit. And it was really interesting, but it was almost seamless. Like, that was the least challenging part of the film, in my opinion, was imagining a screen, an editing program on that screen.
Well, I thought it was extra cool to have all of this happen in one night on Halloween night of all times. And, you know, Christian, you wrote Jake as a cheapskate, man. What a Scrooge, no candy?
Yeah, it was one of those, I needed you to like him instantly, and so he's sweet with that kid, but we also established doesn't go outside.
And you know what, Eric, you know, a toothbrush makes a great microphone too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it makes me feel really cool when I see myself with a toothbrush in a mirror. It was difficult to take myself seriously as I'm looking at this, saying these lines. But what was interesting was it was interesting to play around with the fact that Christian wrote him as, he's not an incredible reporter. He's not someone that's like ready to be on camera and on screen. So there's also this insecurity as he's doing these scenes. Sorry, I'm literally outside of a Russian banya, and they all just came outside. Christian just texted me about this interview, so I'm very excited to be a part of it. But look at this.
The lighting matches the film perfectly.
Yeah, it's creepy. Like, something's gonna happen to you any moment now. It's gonna be.
That would be amazing for press. Like,
yeah.
If I get abducted right now, this is identical lighting to the film.
Well, we can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we can't blame Larry.
Finish my sentence? I'm not sure.
No, you did great. You did great. And
Okay,
Larry,
great.
tell me about whose car did they use? I mean, that was your space for the longest time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, of course I show up and they set me up like but it was my little zone, and you know, there was, because of the COVID, there was so much protocol of, like, all the cameras were mounted and the sound equipment. So I never interacted with a cameraman. It was so weird. It was a very singular thing. You were really, it's like you're in a performance art, you know, and then they say, okay, drive down to the lane, do a U-turn, come back up, and we'll catch you. So it was like this phantom director. It was a really great experience and kind of a head trip. And, you know,
we were never in each other's space. If I remember, I don't think we were ever in each other's space.
No, never. It was so interesting. I mean, I obviously interacted with the cop, and he was a great guy. He was a real cop, and we, you know, we chatted as you do when you're on a set with your fellow actor. But even that, there was sort of a distance and a weird formality. So imagine emerging out of whatever we call it, lockdown, hadn't done anything for 3 months or more, and then just show up in a Long Island parking lot according to the directions of Christian, who I've never met, and you know, it was like I was in a espionage film myself. And
If
then
we were to abduct you, it really would have been a
performing-
perfect plan.
What?
If we were to abduct you, that would have been the perfect plan.
Yeah, it would have been exactly how you would do it. And then just performing these strange activities and gun flares and what have you. It was all lovely. It's why you make indie films, because it's an adventure.
Absolutely. And you know, Eric, first of all, you're using a Mac computer, right, in the movie, and you're using Adobe. And I know I saw the end credits, I saw Adobe in there, but I'm a Final Cut guy. I have for 20 years. So as someone who does a lot of editing, that was really annoying that you guys were all traitors. But also, this was like a forensic course in editing, wasn't it? I mean, because you're using it to solve a crime.
Yeah, it's honestly also so impressive because I remember what I told Christian when we were working on the film, because so much of it we shot in one room that with a blue screen, and I couldn't really envision how the film would look. And I remember I told Christian early on, I was like, I think what my favorite thing about you is I could just feel how clear of a vision you have when you work on a project, because I could just tell he knew exactly what it was going to look like and exactly what he was creating. And that's something I lack a lot of times. I'm always like surprised with something I create. I'm always like, oh, that's cool. I think that's the way I wanted it to be. And so when I watched the film, I couldn't believe how clear the editing is in the movie. For people that don't understand editing, for people that have never seen an editing program, it's really a story told through an editing program. And I was really impressed with that, because I didn't know how we were going to show all these images and these clicks and how you're piecing it together. And I think people will come out of the movie being like, oh, I think I kind of understand editing, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And Christian, you did a great job with that, because I love the 21st century feel it has for it, with the FaceTime and with everything on there, because everyone can relate to that. And I thought your use of that, bringing in other characters while never leaving the room, was pretty brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was one of the challenges when we first set out to make the movies. How do we tell a story? How do we evolve? How do we have a character evolve through the connections with other people when they're never in the same space with anybody? And so his back is turned to the real world behind him, and his world really is these two monitors in front of him, and that's how he talks to his girlfriend. That's how he's communicating with everybody in his life. Like his life is really in front of him in these screens.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations on a great thriller. I enjoyed it immensely. And thank you, Eric, for joining us. And go back to your Russian, what was it, Russian massage parlor? What was it?
It's a Russian spa. It's but it's called a banya in Russian.
Ah, okay. Well, здравствуйте. Oh my
This
God.
was not sponsored. This was not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
And finally, Ted, I love how you guys said it in New York City, because you're being a Las Vegas native. It just gives me I miss New York, so I love the character of New York in this movie too. So everybody, thank you so much. Congratulations. Good luck with the film. And you come visit us in Las Vegas when you have a chance. We'd love to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.